Are you a savant? Now, this is the question of can abilities be turned on? Are they in all of us, and can they be turned on? Well, let's find out. Orlando Sorrell, and they call this acquired savant syndrome. It's when an ability gets turned on. In 1979, at age 10, he was struck hard on the left-hand side of his head with a baseball bat, and after the headaches went away, he could remember the weather and what he was doing every day since then, and he could calendar calculate, like you saw with the Rain Man doing. So that's just something that was turned on. And then Jason Padgett, same situation. He was beat up. He was attacked on the street, and he ended up with a severe concussion. And afterwards, certain things changed, and these abilities were turned on. What happened was, if you've ever seen one of those books where they got one picture per page, and when you flip through, it animates the picture. Well, he said life now looks like that to him. So, instead of something being perfectly smooth when you see it move, it now is in staccato frames, and that's how he sees the world. And it turned on an intense interest in math and geometry, calculus. He went from a beer drinking, party going, girl chasing, just happy-go-lucky young guy to this geek that was fascinated with math. And somebody found him a physicist found him in the mall one day, noticed that he was drawing some of these things, and said, "You look like you're trying to describe the physics behind the universe in a concrete type of form. Have you ever thought about taking a math class?" So he went back to college, and graduated with a math degree. And you ought to see the interview between him and Dr. Daryl Treffert, the world's leading authority on savants and prodigies. I mean, when Jason starts talking about theory of relativity, I mean, he just starts, you can see him light up, and he's excited, and he's just geeking out on this stuff, and pretty soon you're not following what he's saying. And yet this was just a normal Joe Blow kid. You know what I mean? Nothing special. Apparently nothing special. These are just some of the things that he draws in an effort to show you what he's seeing. So when he sees a branch, in the wind, he's seeing, it's almost like literally God pulled back the veil, and he's seeing the substructure that makes up our world. He sees the calculus and the geometry and the physics, the stuff that's undergirding all this stuff. And so anyway, both of them are of the opinion that, and during the lecture you could see them, and I don't think either one of them are necessarily Christian. In fact, you told me earlier that Dr. Daryl Treffert had said he was previously an evolutionist, but he came to the conclusion there's no way that this could be an accident. They both came to the conclusion that we come with factory installed software. They used to think that the human brain was, born kind of blank, and you just had to accumulate everything from scratch. And now we realize that just the ability of a young child a baby to watch you as you move back and forth is calculus. You're doing it factory installed and not realizing it. So both of them, when basically discussing that question, said that the brain comes loaded with all kinds of software.